Stop saying Roald Dahl has been censored. He hasn't. If you think that, you don't know what the word censored means. Roald Dahl has been edited. The weather in your teacup is fine. I'm going to go through the reasons Roald Dahl hasn't been censored in this video, but I'm going to save a cast iron, irrefutable fact until the end. So make sure you don't miss it. Background. Puffin Books have announced that they had teamed up with sensitivity readers to make some changes to Dahl's books. They changed some words, they deleted others, they just generally tried to make things more PC. Black, white, mad, crazy, fat, ugly, these are all words that have been removed from Dahl's books. Matilda, Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, The Witches, these are some of the books that have been changed. Censorship is the suppression of information. As information is not being suppressed, this is not censorship. And information hasn't been suppressed because you can still get the original text, published while Dahl was alive. There is no attempt to destroy these books. There is no attempt to take them from libraries. The information, it's not been suppressed. Nobody is burning Dahl's books. This is an independent business making a choice to change the products they publish. A business, not a government. It is not the role of Puffin Books to facilitate access to information. They're not obligated to publish books for any reason. Their decision to change what they publish might be something you disagree with. It might make you think less of them. But Puffin can quite easily stop publishing Dahl completely, and that still wouldn't be censorship. There are countless authors that they own the rights to that they don't publish. You could maybe ask a government to set in and demand Puffin continues to publish Dahl, but that's a slippery slope. What next? Does the state of Bavaria, who owns the rights to Mein Kampf, would they be forced to publish it? What about our medical records? Should they be public information? Any bit of information you want isn't necessarily going to be available. We can't force people or businesses to publish literature just because we want them to, because we don't agree with their politics. That is very, very similar to the definition of censorship. Censorship is the forced suppression of information that is deemed objectionable by those in power for the purpose of promoting a different political view. Now that Puffin has expressed a desire to publish a different version of this book, to force them back to publish the original text instead, that's promoting a different political view. It's breaking the same moral barriers that some people are concerned Puffin are breaking in the first place by editing Dahl's text. And actually, it's worse because it is suppressing the information that Puffin legally would like to publish. And it is ignoring the question of how Puffin would be forced to do that. Who would be sanctioning them and how? The idea that anybody is owed or entitled to access of any information is so mind-numbingly privileged. Who carries the burden of your nostalgic childhood memory of sloppy writing and microaggressions? But the issue people are upset about isn't the censorship. Let's just get this out there. People are not upset about the censorship. They're angry because this is woke, because it's fashionably PC. How many of the people who are criticizing this, how many of them who are speaking out against this, how many of them spoke out against the banning of trans and gender fluid books in Texas? What about the banning of anti-racism books? Racism, transphobia, they're not issues that concern their political paradigm. What I'm saying is we have legit fascism in this world. If you want to be angry, direct it against the thing that kills people. But you wouldn't want to be seen as woke, would you? The very discussion of Roald Dahl is taking oxygen away from the important issues. Not just that, but it's providing performative justice for the people in the middle. Sign this petition, share this Facebook post, vote independent, stay on your couch, you've done your bit. Feel like you're doing something without leaving your home. Except you know this issue when it comes to Dahl. You know that it's of very small consequences. It might make you very angry, but really, the results of what happened don't matter. By being angry about it, you feel better. What about legitimate censorship? By being angry about Dahl, you're not doing anything about that. And let's not pull our punches here. This comes from right-wing media and the daring of it all. Right-wing media quoting George Orwell, hoping that they don't realise that they're fulfilling the role of squealer. I mean, just for a challenge, I'd love to see them try and reposition Marx so that he is on their side too. This is nothing more than an intentional attempt to confuse the issue, to continue to have anti-racism and trans books be banned so that those in power can stay in power. And judging by everybody's reaction, it worked. The issue can be discussed without the idea of liberty, freedom, dystopian worlds, of left-wing PC Illuminatis. By the way, if you want to know who controls the world, ask yourself, who's living in a castle right now? It's not convoluted, it's not a conspiracy, it's capitalism. But Puffin Books are not censoring Roald Dahl. There is one killer reason for this. They're still publishing the old version of his books. The idea that censorship is literally giving you the choice of two options, one of which is the original idea, is dim-witted. And it's so obviously stupid. You all know it's ridiculous. But there's a reason Rupert Murdoch hasn't published this news. There's a reason that fact is the revelation of this. Roald Dahl is not being censored. The uproar is an attempt to manipulate you, to look over there, to stop caring about the things that really matter.